Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video on my journey into adaptive music for video games. Today I'm very excited to finally share with you some free content. I've been working hard over the past month or so to learn as much as I can about the Wwise Unity integration so that I could properly demonstrate what that looks like and provide you with some of those Wwise projects that I've been working on over the past few months. So I finally figured it out. I have links in the description down below on how to access the zip files for some Wwise projects. And right now I'm going to show you how you can integrate those with your current Wwise projects. Or if you're brand new to Wwise, I'll teach you the absolute basics that you need to know on how to use Wwise and get it connected with Unity. Though I won't be able to teach absolutely everything, there are some fantastic resources online already for that. I'll just simply show you the basics and even demonstrate how that looks through the Wwise Adventure game, which is a free game that Wwise offers to practice using interactive music with. So without further ado, I want to show you the final product. I'll kind of talk a little bit about it and then show you how I got there and how you can incorporate it in your own Unity games as well. So this is the Wwise Adventure game. It does have its own music and sound effects, but I've replaced the music with my own. But here is a quick preview of what my music sounds like in the context of this game. So if you've never played the Wwise Adventure game before, it's a fun little fantasy game, super simple. And I really wanted the music to reflect the fantasy world. So in this first area, this little training area, I just wanted a simple harp. Kind of set the tone for something fantasy and ethereal. So as long as you're staying in this area, you're going to hear this harp playing. And it'll loop perfectly. I think it's about like a 2-minute kind of track that's split up and will loop endlessly as long as we stay here. I can kind of do whatever I want here. I can run around. But up ahead, there's a village. In the village, there is an invisible trigger that will tell Wwise to change the music to the village music. And this is what it sounds like. So now we have that violin coming in, little glockenspiel in the background. But you didn't even notice that trigger point, right? That's because Wwise is able to time the transition to the beat that Wwise is expecting the music to play at, or that I've told Wwise the music is playing at. So I can go back and forth between these two sections. And it'll go back and forth between the simple harp music and the more elaborate violin part. And of course, I can continue on playing the game, and the music, can change as we go into other areas, different zones as they're defined in Unity. And that's a really cool thing with Wwise, is that you can tell the music when it needs to change. You can set up different transitions, make it seamless. You can remove or add layers to the music. And that's basically what this is. It's the same harp the whole way through, actually. It's the violin glockenspiel that's coming in when I reach the village. So let me show you now what that looks like in Wwise. So if you want music like that in your game, I have, again, provided this as a free resource for you to experiment and play with. There are these items in Wwise called work units. So I have renamed all of mine to include the Adam Morton music prefix, because if you were to integrate this into your current Wwise project, it would overwrite the default work unit, and you may have your own files in there, which I wouldn't want to overwrite. So when you download the file, you will have all of these work units ready to import directly in. Within the work unit for the interactive music hierarchy, I have a music switch. So a switch is what changes the music from that ambient, simple harp music to the village music. I have a trigger in Unity that will tell Wwise to change from the ambient to village when I enter that zone, and when I leave the zone, it switches back to ambient. Inside the music switch, I have these two music playlists, the ambient and village. And the fact that it's a music playlist allows it to loop endlessly. So that's how it can be a perfect loop for the entire game. It'll never just stop playing music. It'll be one of these two at any given moment, whether you are in the village, in which case you can have it play the village, or if you've exited the village, you will have the ambient music instead. So some other key components of a Wwise project would be events. Events are what trigger the music to begin. So I have a simple event started called Start Music. What that does, it sets the state to that ambient playlist. So we're not going to accidentally get the village music, but it'll then play that music when the game starts, because that's when I have the trigger set up to start this event. Another important thing though is we would need a sound bank. The sound bank is the file that actually contains all of the instructions regarding the audio files and when it gets played in Wwise. So here I have another work unit with a sound bank in it, and the only event that it needs is the start music. Without the sound bank, nothing would work in Unity. It wouldn't know where to go to find the files, to play the music. So we need the sound bank to trigger our event. And again, the event will trigger the start of our music switch, of our help wanted track. And the other important component that I needed to set up in Wwise are the states. So here we have two music states, either it's ambient or village. And again, in Unity, I have those triggers set up to determine what state we are in, whether it's in the ambient music state or the village music state. So to get this into your game, you can download the files from the link in the description down below, and you will get only the relevant files needed. An actual Wwise project is going to have a ton more files and folders in here. These are the absolute basics that you would need. You could simply select just the folders and drag and drop them into your existing Wwise project folder, and everything will get imported perfectly fine. When you start the project, it may give you a heads up that it's found some new items. That's totally fine. You can just click through those. You do need to be on the current, the latest version of Wwise, which as of today is Wwise 2022.1.2.8150. Very catchy, right? If, however, you don't have a Wwise project started, then I've provided the actual Wwise project for you. All you have to do is double click, and you'll get an initial kind of error at first, warning you that there are some missing files. You just click OK, accept it. It will populate some new files for you, but then everything is set up for you to begin using that project right away. Now, in order to connect this to an existing Unity project, you'll be using the Wwise launcher. What you can do with the Wwise launcher is if you have a Unity project that you've already created and recently opened, the Audio Connect launcher will find those files, and then you can then integrate Wwise directly with it. It's a very, very easy process. There's nothing really complicated about it. Once you have done the integration, you can just confirm that all the various settings within Unity are correct, and they really should be. You can go into the Edit, Project Settings, and in the Wwise editor, you should confirm that the Wwise project path, your Wwise application path, and your Soundbanks path are all correct. And again, if you are unsure of any of what these settings mean, I recommend that you check out Audio Kinetic's courses. They have fantastic courses on Wwise and how to integrate with Unity, and they can do a much better job of explaining this than I ever could. So I highly encourage you to check that out if you want to learn more about integrating Wwise with Unity. And once you've done that, then all of my files will make complete sense to you, and you'll be able to integrate it into your project no problem. So there is a lot to the Wwise Unity integration, so much that I wouldn't really be able to get into today. So I encourage you to check out Audio Kinetic's website, where they have Wwise certification programs. They are completely free to learn the content. You could pay, I think it's a couple $100 to take an official exam and receive official certification from them, but it is really, really good content to learn about the fundamentals of Wwise and how everything works, learning about the interactive music and how to set everything up. And then in the 301, there's the Wwise Unity integration, which will go into lots of details about how you can set up Wwise and Unity projects to get that music connected with your game. You can learn about the scripts and how all that works. It's a lot for me to really comprehend, even for myself. So I hope you as a game dev may find more use out of that. But I really hope that you get good use out of the free music that I've provided. And I would love to hear how you use it in your games. So if you want to leave a comment, let me know about what other kind of music you'd like to hear. I will have 4 different Wwise projects that you can download from my website. The help wanted track that I've just demonstrated today, Towards the Fight, which was a previous vlog, I showed a bit of that music. And then also I have 2 different kind of infinite exploration, infinite piano style music, which I'll let you listen to and hope you enjoy it and find a use for it in your game. So once again, thank you for checking out my video. I hope you have a fantastic day and that you get some great use out of the music that I've provided. So take care, and I'll see you in the next one.